so much. Thank you so much for being here. And like, Elizabeth Warren, right? Buju, Peggy Flanagan, and Jishna Kaz, Gishiwebida McQuay, and Go. Guababe, Ganikagna Dunjaba, Mangan. My name is Peggy Flanagan. My Ojibwe name, or my Native American name, is Speaks in a Loud and Clear Voice Woman. I'm a member of White Earth, and my family is the Wolf Clan, and the role of our clan is to ensure that we never leave anyone behind. And that's why we're here tonight, because we are not leaving anyone behind. And I'm so proud to be here with my friends, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Tina Smith, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, State Senator John Hoffman, and the National Nurses United President, Mary Turner, and with all of you. But these leaders who are up here on this stage, these leaders, they've spent their lives fighting for working people, caring for our communities, taking on powerful interests, and refusing to back down when they're told to sit down and be quiet. They know what it's like to take on the money for the sake of the many. They know that government can be a force for good when we have leaders who stand with working families. And I am deeply honored to have their support and to stand beside them in this fight. And I want to also lift up my sister, Amelia. Who I have watched lead with tremendous courage and heart and deep love for people. And to be with her on the day that she cast her very first vote, it was one of the most powerful moments of my entire life that reminds us what democracy actually means and what it's all about. So, muchas gracias, Chimigwich, to my sister, Amelia. And this election is about a fundamental choice in who our government serves, the many or the money. And right now, too many families are being crushed because it's corporations and billionaires who are calling the shots and leaving working families to foot the bill. It's the child care payment that costs more than your mortgage, a check engine light that forces you to decide which bill can wait, a trip to the doctor that you're putting off, or quietly asking your child to put something back on the shelf because you don't have enough money in your account. All across Minnesota, people are working hard. They're budgeting, sacrificing, taking care of their families, and doing everything right, and yet they're still falling behind. Life shouldn't be this hard, and it doesn't have to be this way, but it is because somebody benefits from it being this way. And it's not you, and it's not me. That's right. And here's the deal. I know what it's like to feel like the bottom could fall out at any moment. I was raised by an amazing, amazing woman. I was raised by a single mom in St. Louis Park. New Park? Yeah. I was raised by a single mom in St. Louis Park who relied on Section 8 to pay the rent, child care assistance to go back to school, and food stamps to keep food on the table. And as a kid who had really bad asthma, I'm alive today because of Medicaid. My mom worked incredibly hard. She went back to school. She took care of us. And government programs gave my mom some solid ground to stand on. And frankly, that's what the government can and should do for folks who are struggling. It should help people. It should give families solid ground beneath their feet so that one bad day doesn't upend the stability that folks work so hard to achieve. I'm running for this seat because I want people to be able to afford the lives they want to live. And when I launched this campaign, I did it with a simple belief that this Senate seat belongs to the people of Minnesota. This seat does not belong to the Washington establishment. This seat does not belong to corporations. This seat does not belong to billionaires. This seat belongs to you. And over the course of this campaign, we've held over 270 events all across our state, many of which people in this room have attended. We've gathered in union halls, gymnasiums, coffee shops, on farms and campuses, in community centers, and on powwow grounds. I've sat with nurses and teachers and farmers and parents, students and seniors, small business owners, child care workers, or people voting for the very first time. And all across Minnesota, thousands of people have told me the truth about their lives, what they're up against, but also what brings them hope. They've told me about their struggle to pay the rent. They've told me about childcare that feels more and more out of reach. They told me about prescriptions that are too expensive to afford. And their biggest fear? That their children will have fewer opportunities than they have had in their lifetime. This campaign did not begin with an AI billionaire and Washington insiders who had a good idea. It began with Minnesotans, with people sitting in folding chairs, deciding together that we could fight for more, that something better is absolutely possible when we do it together. In Minnesota, we know this because we've done it together. When we fought to raise Minnesota's minimum wage and index it to inflation, they told us that we were asking for too much. And you know what? We won. When we worked together to organize for paid family and medical leave, they told us it would never happen. But guess what? We won. When we fought to feed every public school student breakfast and lunch at school, they told us we were being too ambitious. And you know what? We won. And that's because in Minnesota, we know that we get what we organize for. And now, there are some very powerful interests that are fighting like hell to protect the status quo. Super PACs and secretive dark money groups have already spent more than $15 million trying to defeat me, trying to defeat us, to buy this Senate seat. And that's more money than has ever been spent before in a primary election in Minnesota. And you know what? It's pretty gross, right? They're spending $1 million a week, or $142,857 a day to defeat us. They're spending all of this money filling our televisions and phones with nasty ads and AI-generated lies. And here's the deal. It's left Minnesotans asking the simple question, Who is spending this money and why? These outside groups aren't spending millions of dollars because they care about how much your groceries cost. They're doing it because they know that Angie Craig will do their bidding and I won't. AIPAC has been Congresswoman Craig's largest lifetime contributor. And she keeps voting to send more weapons to Benjamin Netanyahu. Just last week, she was the only Minnesota Democrat to stand with Trump and the Republicans to send billions more in weapons to a foreign government. And as your senator, I would not vote to send more bombs to Benjamin Netanyahu. Health insurance companies have also been among my opponent's biggest supporters. She opposes Medicare for all. And these companies, they profit from a system where they overrule doctors, deny care, and force people to ration life-saving medicine. And here's the deal. I want to end prior authorization so that prior authorization so that some dude behind a desk, or worse yet, AI, gets to decide whether or not you get the life-saving health care your doctors prescribe. It's wrong. You should get the care that you need. And I support Medicare for all because I believe that healthcare is a human right. And these powerful interests are spending millions of dollars to defeat this movement because we are challenging their power. And they know that Angie Craig just won't. And it's as simple as that. This is a result of a broken political system that gives wealthy interests more power than working people. And nowhere is this system more broken than with crypto. In 2024, the crypto industry spent more than $1 million running ads to support Congresswoman Craig. The next year, she was the only Minnesota Democrat to vote for the crypto industry's dream bill, the ironically titled Genius Act, which allowed and empowered Donald Trump to make over $1 billion in crypto schemes directly from the White House. And while Trump is making more than $1 billion in his crypto schemes, nearly 1 million Americans lost billions on his meme coin. This was a moment for Democrats to stand up and say no. Congresswoman Craig voted with him and said yes. Then the crypto industry, in return, created an NFT with Congresswoman Craig's face on it, calling her a crypto champion. And then last year, she skipped the first day of the Great Minnesota Get-Together, the most important day of the year, friends. She skipped the first day of the Minnesota State Fair to speak at a crypto conference in Jackson Hole, where she was the only elected Democrat invited to speak and warmed up the crowd for Eric Trump. Minnesotans, I will never deny the glory of the first day of the Minnesota State Fair. And I think choosing crypto bros, yeah, right? You know, Addie knows what I'm talking about. making the decision to choose crypto bros over Fairborn and Fairchild will never ever be anything that I do. The crypto industry has spent $1 million helping Congresswoman Craig. She gave crypto their dream law, and now they crowned her their champion. I don't want to be a champion for crypto or any other special interest. I want to be a champion for you, and for you alone. And that means building an economy where Minnesotans can actually breathe again. An economy with universal child care so parents can go to work without... That's right, we have a lot of child care providers, a lot of child care champions here. It means building an economy with universal child care so that parents can go to work without surrendering an entire paycheck. It means a permanent federal child tax credit. It means paid family and medical leave for the entire country. It means a higher minimum wage at the federal level indexed to inflation. It means an economy where we stop Wall Street from buying up entire neighborhoods and farmland and pricing families out. It means an economy where farmers can fix their own damn equipment, where senior Social Security isn't taxed, and where we focus on health care instead of health insurance by passing Medicare for all. But we know that affordability isn't the only thing that's keeping folks up at night. Not long ago, I met a little girl and her dad in Richfield, and I asked her what she liked about school. And she told me that her favorite thing was going on field trips. And she told me that this last school year was hard because they couldn't go on field trips because of ice. A field trip is something so joyful and something so ordinary. It was literally stolen from our kids. A child should not, a child shouldn't have to worry about whether or not their classmate is going to be there when they go to school the next day. A child should be thinking about which friend she's going to sit by on the bus for that next field trip, not wondering if their friend is going to be at school at all, or if everyone that she loves will be at home after school. And here's the thing, Donald Trump, he didn't hide what he intended to do. This was not a secret, friends, that somehow snuck up on us, right? You remember the rallies where Donald Trump called for mass deportations now, with gigantic signs behind him at rallies in all caps? This was not a secret. And so the very first bill that he sent to Congress 3 days into the second Trump administration was the Laken Riley Act. It gave ICE new and unprecedented powers, including allowing for indefinite detention of adults and children. This law is what unleashed ICE on our communities. Every other Minnesota Democrat in Congress voted no because they knew and they understood what was coming. Our senators, Amy Klobuchar, Tina Smith, voted no. Representatives Betty McCollum, Ilhan Omar, and Kelly Morrison all voted no. The only Minnesota Democrat to vote for Donald Trump's immigration bill was Congresswoman Angie Craig. And she stood by her vote for 14 months while our communities were being terrorized, and even after 2 of our neighbors were killed. Her votes in Washington reached all the way into a classroom in Richfield. Her vote decided whether or not families feel safe. It decided whether a little girl gets to climb on the bus with her friends or grows up believing that her family has to hide. As your senator, I will carry that child's story with me and remember who I serve. I will fight for due process because, by the way, that's in the Constitution. I will fight for dignity and an immigration system that keeps families together. This agency cannot exist like this, and we have to rip ICE apart. And we need accountability for this unaccountable agency. And we know that this election is about the many versus the money. A system where corporations give politicians money and get the votes that they want in return. Or do we want a people-powered politics where leaders listen to families and fight like hell to make their lives better? I want to imagine what that could feel like for all of us. Imagine it is an ordinary day again. You wake up sick and call the doctor without having to worry about the bill. Your doctor orders care that you need, and an insurance company can't overrule them. When your car breaks down, it might ruin your day, but it's not going to ruin your life. You have enough savings to fix it because one job is enough to pay the bills and build up your savings. You drop your child off at safe, high-quality childcare without handing over most of your paycheck, and you know that the people who are being paid to care for your child are also making a livable wage. You go to the grocery store and you buy what your family needs without second guessing. And maybe your kiddo can put that little extra treat in the cart because you know you can afford it. Your kids are fed at school. Your parents can retire with dignity. You can afford to rent or buy your first home. And your child can climb onto a bus to go to a field trip without feeling like their family could be torn apart. That is what freedom looks like, friends. And this future is not extravagant. We're not asking for too much, though some might try to make us feel like we are. This is simply what working families in the richest country on earth should be able to expect. And we can build it. It is within our reach right now. We can get there, and we can get there together. And when we began this campaign, we believed that people were ready for more. And look what we built together. Despite more than $15 million in outside spending, and we know more is coming our way, despite the dark money, despite the attack ads, people keep choosing this campaign, this people-powered campaign. Because people know that something better is absolutely possible. They know that we can build a government that cares about people's lives. They know that when we show up and when we look out for each other and we organize together, that we can win. That is the joy of this campaign. But that future will not arrive on its own. We have to organize for it. And I want people to remember that Paul Wellstone was outspent 7-1. And Minnesotans have long shown that organized people can beat organized money, and we're going to do it again, friends, right? But it is absolutely going to take all of us doing it together. We need you to vote, and then we need you to help somebody else vote. And if you haven't picked up on the very subtle hint we've been giving you throughout this entire rally, we also would like you to... That's exactly correct. I want you to talk to your friends, talk to your family, text folks, tell them how important this election is, not just to the future of Minnesota, but to the future of this entire country. Reach out to young people in your life who may be voting for the first time. Volunteer, knock on doors, make phone calls. If we bring others along with us, we will win this race and we will build a future that belongs to all of us. This campaign is about the many versus the money. I'm part of the many, you're part of the many, and I'm betting on us. Because here's what I know. Something better is absolutely possible. And when people look to Minnesota, they have seen how absolutely powerful we can be. And when people are afraid, what we have watched is that folks stand 10 toes down and are clear that we are going to care for each other, we are going to stand up for our neighbors, and that you cannot come for us. So I want you to remember what we have done here, because it is really, really easy to feel discouraged in this moment. Every time you turn on the television, right, or pick up a newspaper, or even open your phone. And that is what these big corporations, that is what, one AI tech billionaire, that is what these crypto bros, these health insurance companies, right? That guy in the White House and all his billionaire bestie weirdos surrounding him, that is what they want. They want us to be discouraged, right? But in Minnesota, we showed up 50,000 strong in the streets for our neighbors. We demonstrated what love looks like in public when you drive kids home from school that aren't even your own kids, when you feed your neighbors and deliver meals, when you stand outside of daycare centers and places of worship wearing vests and carrying whistles, when you even simply pray for safety and protection for the folks in your community. Those are powerful acts. And while one individual may tell you that she is responsible for Kristi Noem being fired, let me tell you, it was the people of Minnesota who did that. And in Minnesota, we demonstrated that we are not powerless in the face of Donald Trump and corruption in Washington. We are powerful. And they are spending $15 million, $1 million a week because they are afraid of what we are building. We are building a powerful movement that is centered on real people, on working families, and our opportunity to have a better life together. And I believe that we will get there. So thank you so much for everything that you have done. Thank you so much for everything that we will do together. Shimi Gretsch, let's go in this thing. Thank you.
Every morning, the countdown begins for the markets with meticulous research and analysis designed to help you capitalize on the trading day. Beaming live from the CNBC TV 18 Motilal Oswal studio.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.